So first of all, uh, basic terminology, basic taxonomy of the words should be clear for every student. First is the information signal. That is a very important signal that is going to be modulated, and other is a carrier signal. So the information signal can be called as a message signal, maybe a user data, maybe a baseband signal, maybe low frequency, a low power signal. It is usually a low power signal. So that's why in most of the books of the communication system, whenever you will read the taxonomy of the information signal, you will find such words like baseband signal, message signal, user data signal, and low power signal, low frequency signal. On the other hand, that is also a very important signal that is going to be means discussed in modulation topic is the carrier signal. As the name suggests, it is used to carry the information signal. So whatever the information of the information signal that is carried by the carrier signal and can easily be generated according to the user requirement. So how actually we are going to generate it? By the technique of the modulation. We are going to modulate a signal. We are going to change the characteristics and parameters of the signal according to the user application, user requirement. So how we are going to actually prepare it, generate it, develop it according to the requirement? It has the adjustable amplitude. Its amplitude can be adjusted, can be changed up to the requirement. Frequency parameter can be changed. Phase parameter can be changed. If you recall your basics of the signal, when we cover in the first lab, every signal has a like a sine signal has three main parameters: amplitude, time and frequency, and the phase. Because sine has three main parameters. So as an analog signal, the characteristics of the sine signal can be changed with respect to these three aspects. So likewise, now what is a modulation? In a very simple, this is a generalized definition of the modulation. An information signal is used to control the parameters of a carrier signal. So what is the information signal? Now it is very much clear for we people: a message signal, a low power signal, a user data signal, a low frequency signal, a baseband signal. That is called information signal. So that is you with the material. So carrier signal is used to carry the information and can easily be generated to the user requirement, and some of the input come from your student. Sir, it is a high frequency signal. And on the other hand, one student said that actually, sir, we are going to modulate the information signal with the help of carrier signal. So information signal is used to control the parameters of the carrier signal so as to impress the information onto the carrier. Basically, the information signal changes the amplitude, frequency, and phase of the carrier signal. So let us come in detail. Now this is the basic information signal that can be called as a user data signal or low power signal, and this is the carrier signal that is a high frequency signal. So actually this is a digital signal and this is a carrier signal, and here amplitude shift key means this is the digital to analog conversion technique of the modulation that is represented here. Okay, our signal is going to be modulated and characteristics are changed as per the requirement. So this is actually the description that gave us how actually the information signal is represented, how actually the carrier signal is represented, and how actually the modulation has been performed. And what are the different ways to perform the modulation we will discuss in detail. First, what is the need for the modulation? Why we are going to modulate a signal? This is the question of the day. That is very important discussion point. Okay, before going to study the modulation, different types of the modulation, to develop a program for MATLAB program for the modulation is per our lab objective. Can anyone tell me what is the means need and requirement for the means why we are going to actually modulate a signal? If you know the answer, just raise it. 31, please mute your mic. Just reasons for why modulation, why to modulate a particular signal. That is very important thing. At least at the beginning, student of communication system, every student should know at least 2 to 3 reasons. Okay, why we are going to modulate a signal. So